righty. Hello, hello. Welcome back or welcome to Soul Whispers with Michelle. This is a soul-led message, which means if it doesn't resonate deep within, you're fighting the story in any sort of way, or it just doesn't make sense to you, please leave it behind for the soul that it's meant to find. May love hold you. May truth guide you. And may you be released from whatever is not yours. And so it is, my friends. All right. I think this is going to be the last one for today. Although I don't release them all at the same time. All right, let's see a current snapshot of your energy. Four of Pentacles. There's a restriction that you're feeling. What's crossing this? There's a transformation that's about to happen. That makes sense, right? I almost feel like you're the caterpillar. I didn't realize. I thought this was upside down. That's so funny. Upside down. I almost feel like you feel like that. Like you're almost a little bit disoriented. Maybe with what is happening around you. But it does feel like right now you are struggling with something physically. It could be finances. It's just you're struggling with something physical. And it's reminding me of the caterpillar, or really actually the butterfly coming out of the cocoon. So you don't want to help butterflies out of them because then they don't build up the wing strength that they need in order to fly. So I am feeling like whatever this that you're lacking as far as this Four of Pentacles is concerned, or where you feel restricted in some sort of physical sense, there is a transformation that's occurring with that. And I feel like you're in this cocoon. I feel like you've already kind of transformed. Now it's about the emergence of that transformation. Like you have to build your wings strong enough to leave the cocoon. What's brought you to this point? You have the shadow. I think that there was a shadow pattern that you have likely, and maybe it has to do with scarcity, because that's basically what that Four of Pentacles is. The Four of Pentacles is like, I don't have enough. I don't feel like I have enough. It's almost like, the way I can describe it is anytime that your finances might get a little bit low, you're automatically trying to reduce your spending, reduce this. I know all those things make logic sense, but there's also this understanding that needs to come with doing that, not in a way where you feel like it's forever. For example, it can be an alignment for you to get into a certain situation, right? Because there are always cycles. So you are always going to go through where there's more coming, and you're running out of what you have. And so that in between, not knowing if that is going to come and running out, is kind of where the nervous system gets activated. What I feel like is transpiring right now is you becoming more secure when these happen, when you go back through the cycle of like, hey, this isn't the time to spend, this is the time to utilize what I have until I get more. Understanding and knowing that there is more coming. All right, let's see the near future. If no changes are made, we have the Queen of Pentacles, which is this particular deck. It says the healer. So yeah, I see you healing from that. I see you, just like what we talked about, getting through this cycle of when you get into feeling like you don't have enough of what you need physically to survive, that you're able to calm your nervous system down and say, this is just in this moment, and whatever I need will show up for me. And it's reminding yourself of that. And even if you have to go to the past to be like, okay, well, when I thought I hadn't had enough in the past, miraculously, this happened, this happened, this happened. So it's kind of reinforcing the thought process or the belief that when you feel lack, all that means is the next thing that's coming is more abundance to you, because this is the cycle that you're in, right? Okay, let's see what's supporting you. We have the Hanged Man. I wait. So it's interesting because it seems like this restriction that you may be feeling right now is exactly and divinely set up by your soul so that you can come to this healing. That when you're in between the getting more or receiving more and utilizing what you currently have, that you can, even though it may be uncomfortable, you can sit in the stillness and understand and see the greater picture at hand. Your ability to pause and to see that is supporting you, and you're already doing this. When this particular position shows me what's already happening, so that is already happening, which means this message should really strongly resonate with you at this point. And if it doesn't, it just may not be for you, and that's okay. There could be other messages in other readings that are. All right, let's see what's coming in to further assist you. We have the Eight of Swords. Again with this, Eight of Swords is so much about being stuck in your beliefs, stuck with what you believe to be true, your mindset, basically. Interesting, though, that typically the Eight of Swords is somebody who is surrounded by swords and is blindfolded, but can easily get up and walk through the swords, but they're not because they're stuck or they think they're stuck. What's interesting about this is she's not necessarily stuck. It's almost like it's all in, I guess it is stuck, but it's like she can't go further in this direction. Like I was saying in the other ones, the swords surround her. So I feel like you're stuck not being able to go in this direction, but that is actually supporting you because that isn't the direction that you are most aligned with, that your soul is really wanting you to go. That you are wanting, you right? You are your soul, but we have to kind of say it in that way because sometimes we lose the connection to that higher knowledge that we have within us. All right, let's see what your perception of this situation is. We have the Moon. I think there's some uncertainty there. I dream. I'm trying to see if that does anything. I dream. I'm just getting uncertainty. I'm not really getting anything with the dream part of that. That doesn't really resonate. If something more comes through, I will, or if... Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and just leave that because it's more resonant to say that you're just uncertain about this, which makes sense, right? Because you're going through a big transformation right now. And the fact that you're in that scarcity mode where you have to stay in a high vibrational state while you're nurturing this lack feeling, I can see how that could leave you with a lot of uncertainty. Let's see how you're interacting with your environment around you. We have Eight of Cups. I love that for you. It means you're walking away. Even though something was once fulfilling, the way you're interacting with your environment is walking away from things that are no longer aligned and things that are no longer fulfilling for you. And then let's see what your hopes and fears are that are influencing the future. We have 10 of Pentacles. You really want security. You really, really hope for security. And the fear is that that's not going to happen. It's interesting because I feel like I see that happening, but your fear is that it won't. Right now, anyway. I think that corresponds with the uncertainty, right? You are uncertain, so of course you would fear that you aren't going to have that security. Now the cards just kind of show me a different story. Let's see what the outcome is if nothing changes. Knight of Swords, the intellect. I think it's you're going to make very clear decisions. That you're going to act not hastily, but with clarity. At the highest vibration, the Knight of Swords acts decisively when he understands and sees things clearly. So that seems to be the outcome, that the decisions you make will be more aligned and you will have more clarity on the decisions to make. Once your nervous system becomes neutral, once you can surrender and kind of accept when you are, let's say, funds are low, or you just feel like you don't have what you need, when you understand, okay, I don't have what I need, but there must be this pause because either it's not divine timing or I just have to wait for that opportunity to come to me, and then I will act on it. Or actually even more clearly is that Hanged Man waits for clarity. He waits for that awakening and that knowing. And I feel like in part, you're also going to make decisions that will get you unstuck, as opposed to making rational decisions that kind of keep you moving in a circle phase. All right, my friends, that's what I have for you. If you felt like this supported you, if you felt really seen, my Venmo and PayPal are located in the description. If you'd like to support this space in a free way, liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel help these messages reach more people, and I really appreciate your support. Until the next time, my friends.